Hello and welcome to The Guardian. I hope you're having a good day. I hope you've had a good week. And here we are, fisting to go into the weekend. And I don't know what your plans are, but we've got a lot of good things planned. And for the weekend, looking forward to just a good time with family. Jackie and I are going out tonight, and we're going to enjoy our time together. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, I would encourage you to go ahead and hit subscribe. If you're watching on Substack, go ahead and share, and it really helps us with getting out our message. A lot of these different conservative or different news outlets, they don't want our conservative message to get out. And so I would encourage you to go ahead and share. It really helps us. As I always say in every single episode is that your vote counts. And people want you to stay at home. We have elections coming up. We've already had several. Whenever you look at the presidential primaries, and we have several coming up with Super Tuesday and March 12th, we're going to be voting in Mississippi. And so it's very important that you and I understand how critical it is that we get out and vote, because your vote does count. And I'm just here to tell you, there's a lot of people that want you to stay at home, and they don't want you to get out and vote. And the reason is so that way that their candidate can win and ours loses. And so I don't know about you, but Trump is my 100. I'm Team Trump, and there's no question about whose team I'm on, and I am on Team Trump. Now, there's been a lot in the news lately about President Biden. Whenever the special counsel put out their report concerning how Joe Biden handled classified documents, it's very interesting, at some of the things that was said, about Joe Biden. And here you have the Democrats. They have been working around the clock, the last several hours, putting out fires because of this special report. And it's Democrats' work on damage control after Biden's fiery surprise speech. I mean, the special counsel put out and said, listen, the president is too old for us to really go after him. He's an elderly man. We cannot go after him. And it fired up Joe Biden, even in his speech that he made about him being, I know what I'm doing, and all this other stuff that he said. He was still messing up, in that speech. And so it's interesting. And Kamala Harris slams claims of Biden's failing mental acuity in classified documents report as inaccurate and inappropriate. And of course she would, because she knows that they are about to push her out of the way and for someone else. Because listen, they know that they don't stand a chance against Donald Trump. Like they know, they see the numbers. I saw on one of these CNN or somebody, put up some numbers the other day. Joe Biden is up by 6 points. What? Maybe in Chicago, he might be up 6 points. Maybe in San Francisco, he might be up 6 points. But whenever you look at all of these swing states, Donald Trump is up. Whenever you look at these very important key states and important key counties, when you get away from San Francisco or you get away from Chicago, some of these inner cities, Donald Trump is doing well. And so that's why they're trying to put out all these fires, because, this special counsel puts out, and this is his DOJ. I mean, you got to understand something. This is his people, and they are saying this about him. And so, which is very interesting. On MSNBC, which often previews the Democrat Party line, the host, Joe Scarborough, addressed the conclusions by the special counsel that the president's recall was significantly limited, and he would not bring charges over classified documents, in part because jurors would see Biden as a well-meaning elderly man with a poor memory, not a criminal. Scarborough said this, so bizarre. Why in the world would her put his neurological assessment of Joe Biden in his report, and why would U.S. Attorney General Merrick Garland release garbage like that in a Justice Department report? And so whenever you read that, they are losing themselves. They're losing their minds because of what was in this report. If it was about Donald Trump, they wouldn't care. They have said some of the most unbelievable, untrue things about Donald Trump, and yet they never say anything. But you let them put out something about Joe Biden, being an elderly man, and he can't recall things, and he's forgetting things, and he's talking about presidents that have been dead for years, and he's calling the president of Egypt the president of Mexico. I mean, you have all of this stuff going on, but yet here they are trying to defend him, even whenever the special counsel puts out and says, here's why we can't go after Joe Biden, because he's old and he can't remember, and it's going to make him look weak, and it's going to make him look bad. Of course, he's going to look weak to the world because he can't answer these questions. And so it's just amazing that all of these left wings are coming to his aid. And then Dan Goldman, the Democrat congressman from New York, told the station that he did not have any concerns about Biden's age or ability. Remember, the job of the president is to guide our country. It is not to be a cheerleader for the United States. It is to govern our country, he said. And if you look at what's happening in our country, look at the borders. It's unbelievable at what's happening in the border. And you have all of that because of a simple man who is not doing his job. He is not governing this nation. If you have not already subscribed, please go ahead and do so. Hit that subscribe. It helps us as far as all of the social media. But Joe Biden is not. He is not governing this nation. I don't know what he's doing. I don't know where he's at half the time. Joe Biden doesn't. Listen, I'm not trying to be mean and cruel. I believe the man generally has issues. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm not trying to be cruel. I'm just stating the facts that Joe Biden is not fit to be president of the United States of America. And what concerns me is that the Democrats keep pushing the narrative that he is, and that even his family is allowing him to stay in this position, and it's making him look very incompetent, and it's hurting our nation. Listen, there's only one man right now, in my opinion, that is ready and fit to be president of the United States of America at this given time for 2024 elections, and that is Donald Trump, 100%. Do I agree with Donald Trump on every single issue? Most likely not, but I probably agree with him on 95% of the issues. I tell you this, Donald Trump will close the borders. Donald Trump's going to get inflation down. I mean, we're hitting record highs when it comes to inflation, record highs all over the board. And you get a man in office that knows what he's doing and knows how to govern, you'll get this country back on track. But as long as you have Joe Biden there, it's not going to happen. And so, but anyway, this report for Biden that her laid out in detail is painful. If you're a Joe Biden supporter, if you're Joe Biden, it is painful. Her laid out in detail how Biden mishandled classified materials, writing that FBI agents discovered materials from the garage, officers, and basement den in Mr. Biden's Winnington, Delaware home. The materials included classified documents. And so, I mean, some of these were even the highest, top secret, sensitive information. And these were left in his garage. I mean, it is unbelievable at what some of this information was. But yet here you are at the Democrats raiding, the FBI raiding Donald Trump's home. But it's now when it's Joe Biden, it's okay. It's like these emails with Hillary Clinton. I can't recall. I don't recall. I deleted 30,000 emails. I just don't recall. Are you kidding me? That's unbelievable at what's happening in Washington, D.C., with Hillary Clinton and Joe Biden and Obama and Michelle. I mean, they're all in this together. It's unbelievable. Her says evidence didn't support charging the president. While the investigation revealed that Biden willfully retained and disclosed classified materials after leaving office, Hers report says his team concluded that the evidence didn't support prosecuting the president. The primary reason for that determination was that nothing proved a willful intent by Biden to illegally hold onto classified information. The special counsel also raised Biden's age and memory in explaining why he didn't bring charges. So the real reason why the special counsel did not bring charges was because of Joe Biden's age and because of his memory. That is unbelievable. The special counsel, that is, I can't even comprehend. Do you think for a moment that they would allow Donald Trump to just walk away from this? Oh, we're not going to charge Donald Trump because of his age. Absolutely not. Because let me tell you why. Number one, because Donald Trump's not incompetent. Number two, because Donald Trump can govern this nation. And number three, they hate Joe. They hate Donald Trump so bad that they are willing to let Joe Biden just walk and give him a free pass so they can continue to go after Donald Trump. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. And then you have Joe Biden. He slams Hers depiction of him and misspeaks. The president tore into special counsel's depiction of him as an elderly man who was absent-minded in interviews during hastily scheduled remarks at the White House Thursday night. But just minutes after defending his memory and cognition, Biden misspoke and called President of Egypt the President of Mexico, a moment that undercut his forceful pushback against the report. And so, I mean, whenever you see this, I mean, you just watch what's happening. Listen, there are several things at play. Number one, they are willfully just allowing Joe Biden to do whatever he wants and just going to let him walk free. hoping that people forget this and just reelect him in November, or they're allowing this to happen so they can remove him and slide in Michelle Obama. And that is what I believe is happening. And that is why Kamala Harris is fighting against this so hard, because she knows that she doesn't stand a prayer against Donald Trump. She knows that the only chance she has to hold on to power is that Joe Biden stays where he's at and he somehow miraculously wins in November. That's the only way. That's the only way that she stays a chance in staying as the vice president. But I think what's going to happen is you're going to continue to see this. You're going to continue to see the Democrat Party come after Joe Biden and say things behind closed doors, and they're going to silently, quickly remove him and insert Michelle Obama. And that's what we as a Republican Party, that, in my opinion, that's what we need to be ready for. We need to be ready for Michelle Obama. We better be ready. We better be doing everything we can to get the vote out. We better be doing everything we can to get out the message that the Obamas, that the Clintons, and that the Bidens have done nothing but over the last 50 years, do everything they can to destroy this country. And if we're going to get this country back on track, we need to reelect Donald Trump as the 47th president of the United States of America. I want to say thank you for watching. If you have not already subscribed, please do so. Please subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate many of you watching this, sharing our videos. It means a lot to me. And that you would share and you would watch and you would be focused and engaged on The Guardian. Once again, I want to say thank you. God bless you, and may God continue to bless the great United States of America.